Let's talk about mobile homes. For many of you out there, you've never thought of having such a place, or maybe you never wanted to live in such a home. But for others, especially those who don't mind traveling or didn't want to be rooted in one spot forever, mobile homes are a viable and sometimes good way to live depending on the kind that you have. To that end, mobile homes have evolved greatly over the years, so much so that they can have many different amenities and fit all sorts of needs. As such, you may be surprised by how fancy and luxurious they can get. Here now are 20 mobile homes that will blow your mind. Number 20. The Romato T8. Now, we'll get started with one that will quite literally blow your mind. Because the Romato T8 is a futuristic style mobile home that went into full-scale production in early 2023, and it moves like no other mobile home you've ever seen before. I would bet money on that. It's based around a fixed chassis with a curved side, while the intersection can then rotate 90 degrees. That's right, this is a rotating mobile home that acts like a USB drive. Now you may wonder why it would do this, and the answer is that by swiveling away from the container part of it, it actually gives you more room to enjoy life without having to touch the ground. That's a small problem for some people in mobile homes. If you want to go outside and just sit, you have to be on the ground, which means that you could get bugs or other things crawling on you. But with the Romato T8, you'll have an elevated platform that you can walk on, and so you'll never have to truly leave the home. You have to admit it is a cool looking thing, but it's not only for the aesthetics that this led to being a cool mobile home. It can be ordered with wall-mounted televisions, an outdoor projector, a pumping audio system, and a bedroom with either a single bed or a double bed. So you'll have all the amenities that you could want while also having a home that many people would likely envy in some way. Now, there is a catch to all of this, though. Well, actually, there are two catches. The first is that the mobile home costs over $250,000, and so it's not something that every person is going to buy for themselves and enjoy in the outdoors. Secondly, as many have noted, when you go to various parks to house your mobile home, they tend to have plots that you can park in, and they can be kind of narrow, meaning that you wouldn't be able to extend the Romato T8 as you would want. So, if you do get one, you'll need to ensure that you have the proper space to allow it to be free. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Number 19. The Ico Capsule. Now we're going to go in the complete opposite direction of the last entry, because the Ico Capsule is not meant to be a futuristic home for you to show off. It's meant to be a literal mini home that you can have anywhere in the world because it's so small and it's incredibly self-sufficient. And what would I mean by that? Well, the Ico Capsule was designed to not be powered by engines of any kind, but instead by solar and wind power. Yes, this is a green home that was designed to help you live off the grid while also having the creature comforts that you crave in your home. Oh, but that's not all. The design of the Ico Capsule was done so that it could easily collect rainwater and dew. Then it personally processes the water so that you'll always have a fresh source of drinking water without having to search for a river or a spring. The design of the outer shell also minimizes energy loss. Hollow walls filled with highly efficient thermal insulation protect inhabitants from harsh environments and help to achieve a performance almost on the level of a passive house. But what if we don't have a good view of the sun where we're at, and there's no wind? Well, the Ico Capsule has you covered there as well. If that happens, you can rely on a special battery that will remain charged for up to 4 days. This ensures that you have plenty of time to get done with your current location before moving on to a more efficient one to live in. The twist here is that it's a very small house, as it's only 6 square meters, but they designed the space to be comfortable, have your needs met, and be easily towable to any other location that you're trying to get to. This is absolutely the kind of home that a person should get if they're always on the go and are in unique places to house, because it can take on these environments and never leave you wanting for anything more. Number 18. Movable Roots Tiny Homes. Remember how I said that mobile homes are not for everyone? Well, the opposite is also true. There are some people who actually want the mobile home life because of the freedom it provides and the ability to go wherever they want to make their memories. Enter Mike and Nikki Cheatham. They were a couple who didn't like the loud and noisy life of the city, and so they wanted to try out a mobile home that they could take on the go and have fun in. They went to tiny house shows, and yes, those do exist, in order to try and see what kind of home they could get for themselves. But there was a problem. They didn't like the current and existing designs. And so they wanted a home that looked more modern and was set up as such while still being a true mobile vessel. And so Mike, who had been in the construction industry, began working on a home for him and his wife that eventually led to them making Movable Roots Tiny Homes their very own mobile home business. Now, typically this is where I would show you the various models of homes that you could get from them, but that's the beauty of the business. They try to actually customize the home to the customer's needs each and every time. They do have certain base models that they begin with, but they work themselves up from there and deliver the homes that people truly want so that they can live their best lives. At first, the couple heard that these tiny homes were nothing more than fads, and yet they have a successful business because more people are hearing about this option and wanting to take them up on it. Mike noted that plenty of empty nesters and millennials are wanting these kind of homes because of the freedom that it provides, and that's something that can't be ignored. There are people who actually want a home that they can put almost anywhere, so why not go on and make one that fits you? Number 17. JB Golden Sky Mobile Home. While some of the houses I've shown you have been designed to be cost-efficient or only adhering to basic needs, the JB Golden Sky Mobile Home is on the opposite end of that spectrum. This isn't meant to be a kind of basic home to go and live in. It's meant to be an alternative kind of home that just so happens to be mobile. And when you take a look at the JB Golden Sky Mobile Home, you'll see exactly what they mean by that. This is a mobile home that's dripping in luxury in every conceivable way, and that also includes having terraces for you to relax on. 2 of them, in fact. Offering a total of 57.2 square meters of living space, it shows 2 bedrooms, a generously sized living room, and an open-plan kitchen, a spacious bathroom, and not 1, but 2 private decks as mentioned earlier. Another element to this mobile home is that it has an elevated stance to it, meaning that even with its decks and terraces, you'll never touch the ground unless you want to, giving you a more luxurious home life no matter where you are on the road. Equally as important, if you're a person with a decent-sized family, you can probably fit everyone in there and not have any kind of issues. Or you can use this as a house with friends as you travel around on vacation or another outing. And when you look at the interior, you can see that they didn't skimp on the materials, not even close. This thing screams luxurious, and that's probably the point. That's also why they don't advertise the pricing of their mobile homes. They probably don't want to scare people away with the price without them seeing what's inside. They've sold these things in decent numbers, so clearly something is working. Number 16. The Airstream Classic. Now, I'll admit that many of these mobile homes are meant to be tailored to certain people's needs or go to the most extreme dimensions to try and appeal to customers. But if you're looking for a reliable and functioning mobile home, you can't go wrong with the Airstream Classic. This is the literal classic design for mobile homes that are meant to be used for cross-country trips and living outside like you feel that you're meant to be doing. There are various versions of an Airstream, but the Classic is the one that most people associate with the mobile home life, and when you look at pictures and videos of it, you can likely recognize it from one place or another. It's an enduring icon of the outdoor traversal world. The Classic version is about 10 meters long and gives you dedicated cooking, dining, lounging, bathroom, and bedroom areas, and each are as luxurious as the last. Now sure, you may not have a terrace, but you'll be comfortable in this tin can, and that's the point. And when you do want to go outside, you can have your Airstream Classic outfitted with an awning so that you can block out the sun and relax in the shade as you enjoy the nature or even have a meal. And if that's not enough for you, the Classic version has gotten some modern upgrades via being able to control the entire thing from your phone. You can monitor features and activate certain things from any distance so that they are already warming up by the time you make your way back. And to move it around, all you have to do is hook it up to your vehicle and it will easily go with you down the highways. And if you're looking for a simple and yet effective way to have a mobile home, it is hard to top the Airstream Classic. Number 15. The Sky Dancer Cabrio. In contrast, if you're looking for something a little more modern and you don't mind a blockier design than the more streamlined Airstream, you may want to consider the Sky Dancer Cabrio. The immediate thing you're going to notice about this ride is that it's one that features a camper and a vehicle merged together. By that, I mean that you can drive it as it stands with no need to hook it up to anything to move it around. That's going to appeal to a lot of people who don't want to have to lug around a heavy camper or Airstream and have to worry about not seeing what's behind them or not making the turn. Because with the Sky Dancer Cabrio, you just drive it around like you would an RV. The twist here is that it is the world's first convertible motorhome. That's right, you can literally pop the top off of the thing and enjoy the wind going through your hair while not damaging the home in the back. And you can simply drop the top so you can bask in the sun's rays and allow the natural warmth of the area you're in to take over while you relax with the best of them. What may surprise you is that there are literally 2 levels. The ground level is where you'll find the beds, the kitchen, and other amenities, and the upper level is where you can go sunbathing and do other relaxing things once you pop off the roof. Now, I will grant you this, the ride is not going to be for everyone, but there's a certain stylish flair that I think is going to attract a lot of people to it. Many people like having all-in-one rides, and this covers plenty of bases. It might not be the cheapest option for a mobile home, but you could get a whole lot of mileage out of it, both figuratively and literally. Number 14. The Pebble Flow. If I were to ask people what it was like having a trailer and a camper in the early days of their construction, you may hear that they would work, but it almost came at a cost. For example, there would be mobility issues and having to back it up properly, or you would hear how there would have been power issues or things just couldn't work simultaneously, or maybe there was water damage and things of the like. The Pebble Flow is meant to be the answer to all of those woes by automating everything so that you can have a stress-free camping experience with absolutely no hassle. Oh, and it's an all-electric vehicle, meaning that you don't have to worry about polluting the environment that you're in. Not only does it feature an all-electric system, it also has solar panels on top to continually charge the vehicle so that you never have to fear having to keep it topped off. Furthermore, it's self-propelling, so you won't have to worry about backing it up when you can have the trailer do it for you. And once you're inside of this thing, you're going to find a comfortable space that anyone can enjoy and relax in. And that's the real point of this ride, really. They want you to have it and know that once you're ready to camp, you can do so almost instantly and go right on into living your best life. Number 13. The Raptor X Off-Road Caravan. For those of you who don't mind a slightly more exotic exterior or want a trailer that can suit your off-road needs, this ride from Turkey will definitely meet all of your demands. The Raptor X Off-Road Caravan is a trailer that can be set up by hand in minutes and offers plenty of amenities for your off-road trip. The dining room and kitchen are in the front area, as well as a shower with a toilet. The seating area with a movable table can be used by at least 4 people. The seating area can also be converted into a bed, and you'll be able to house multiple people as you relax on your camping adventure. Now personally, I think this ride has a sleek shape and it's easy to hook up to a vehicle, apparently further making ease of use an option. As if that's not enough, you can customize the ride so that you can have bigger windows or put certain parts of the interior under the windows. I mean, it is your ride and you can make it how you want. Number 12. Rocky Mountain Tiny Houses. So, you want to go and enjoy living up in the more mountainous areas of the world where you can take in the nature and prove you're capable of braving the harshest of conditions, right? The good news is, the Rocky Mountain Tiny Houses has you covered. The better news is that they make their homes so customizable that you don't really have a standard option. You just build it to suit your needs, and you go make the home of your dreams. So, what are some of those options that you have to yourself? Well, you can insulate your home in various ways to ensure both maximum space while also keeping the heat in. You have to remember it is a mountain home, so it's going to be cold up there. You can fuel your home via propane or electric heat depending on how you like to roll, and you can also do electric stoves or even a wood stove. You'll have multiple options for baths, paneling, and more. This is the kind of home for the outdoor survivalist and those who enjoy living off of the grid. And if you have different ideas than what they've done, well, have at it. They'll likely be able to help you out. Number 11. The Hitch Hotel. You know you're trying to do something a bit revolutionary when you go to Kickstarter to get things funded and sold. I mean, really, you'd be surprised how many mobile homes hit the crowdfunding market, and the Hitch Hotel is no different. This is a special kind of mobile home that is super compact, not even a meter in length in its smallest form, and then you'll unpack it via a simple pull and it will grow to over double in size in less than a minute. Think of it like one of those toys that can compact and then unfurl quickly. It's kind of the same concept. It can fit 2 people inside, and this is meant to be a portable hotel room for people on the go. Obviously, it's not really the kind of hotel room that has a lot of fluff. It doesn't have a kitchen or a bathroom or other kinds of amenities. But for those who do have a more bare-bones approach to camping and outdoor living, well, this may be for you. Or, if you don't mind doing fast food and just getting to where you need to go without a lot of muss and fuss, perhaps this is the option that you'll enjoy. Number 10. The Ico Camper Truck. Now here's an example of a mobile home innovation that you might not have seen coming. The Ico Camper Truck is a mobile home that you can literally put into the back of a van. Granted, it has to be a transport-style van, but a van nonetheless. You simply put the thing in the van, and then you can take it out, set it up, and you have a home to live in for a while before you have to pack it back up and get back on the road. The entire thing can be set up in under 10 minutes, and while it may not look like the biggest thing physically, it can apparently fit 4 people should there be a need. Another option for this particular ride is that you don't have to use it as a kind of mobile home if you don't want to. It can be used as a guest house for your home. You just prop it up in the backyard, and your guests can have all of their own quiet place to relax when they're not hanging out with you. Number 9. Kimberly Campers. Unlike many of the entries you've seen today, Kimberly Campers is a full-on brand of mobile homes that you can take on the go, and they have a lot of options for people to partake in depending on their needs. For example, they have the Classic model, which acts like many of the mobile homes that you've seen so far. It has its own kitchen, special airbags to ensure the ride isn't bumpy, and you can even use it as a tent extension with plenty of storage space. Then there's the Eco Suite, which uses various renewable energy sources to help you stay green while you're in the green. No matter how you travel, Kimberly has you covered. Number 8. The OVR Adventure. I've already shown you one kind of mobile home that's meant to be enjoyed off-road, and the OVR Adventure is the next version of that. These kinds of campers are capable of going to the more remote areas of the world and not having to worry about getting stuck or being bounced around a lot via the lack of roads. But that's not the reason I'm showing you this camper. Instead, I'm talking about how special it is because you can literally fold up everything inside of the trailer, and you'll have so much space you'll be able to put in a small off-road vehicle as well. It even has a ramp for you to get it in and out on. Talk about ensuring that your home is ready for an adventure. Number 7. Seal Vans. If you're looking for another innovation in the mobile homes market, the people at Seal Vans might just have you covered, because they've made a special kind of mobile home that is not only livable upon the land, it lets you go and take the home onto the water. No, I'm not kidding. The Seal Vans crew went full tilt to ensure that this ride could literally transition from a land vehicle into a boat without having to do anything or to modify the ride. There's even multiple versions of the ride to fit a more compact style of living for those of you who want a full-on family ride to take on the land or the sea. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people would want to partake in this because of the adventure aspect. Not to mention, being on the open water opens up a whole lot more options for resting places without having to deal with other people. Number 6. The GT Skyloft. For many people on the go, they want a home that can get into with ease and without a whole lot of fuss. And that's why another brand of mobile home is merely to have something attached to the roof of their Jeep, truck, or van that they can simply unfold and begin existing in. The GT Skyloft is one such example of that, and when it's unfolded, it can house up to 6 people. The whole thing doesn't even weigh 50 kilograms, and it's 3.40 meters by 2 meters, giving you plenty of room to maneuver and sleep with your friends or family. And if you need a little bit more privacy in your party, you can create rooms to separate yourselves. Sometimes it's the simple options that are the best, and that's why there are many variations of such a mobile home out there. Number 5. Escape Traveler XL. If I'm being honest, the Escape Traveler XL is easily one of the more stylish homes that we've seen so far. It looks like a home in every sense of the word, until you see the wheels and then you realize that it's mobile. Unlike many on this list, this mobile home has 2 floors for you and others to live in, with the second floor being a loft. The tiny home sits on a custom trailer and comes with an aesthetically pleasing exterior finished with cedar siding and weathered steel accent panels. Plenty of windows adorn its sidewalls, including a huge window that goes almost floor to ceiling in the kitchen area. When it comes to mobile homes, some people want the aesthetics just as much as they do the functionality. They want to know that they're living in a home versus having to exist in a mobile space that they call a home, and this one definitely nails the whole feels like home element. Number 4. The Saic Maxis Life Home. Next up, we have a ride from China that is almost guaranteed to blow your mind. Well, on the outside, it looks like your standard vehicle home that many other models have emulated over the years, but once you get it to unfold, you will see that it actually extends upwards and outward. That's right, it has more built-in space than you realize, and there's even, I kid you not, an elevator that's meant to take you to the second floor of your mobile home. That's not exactly something that anyone expects, and I doubt that you did as well. Naturally, the place also has a nice interior and great amenities to partake in. The catch is, you're going to need over $400,000 just to get it, so good luck with that. Number 3. The Vario Signature 1200. When it comes to motorhomes, there are definitely levels to these things, and when you're talking about people who spare no expense as they travel the world, they get the most expensive motorhomes possible. For example, the Vario Signature 1200 is over twice as expensive as the last ride I showed you, as it's worth $1 million. Obviously, there is some serious luxury that has to come with having a ride like this. For example, not only does it give your entire family a bunch of things to do and places to sleep, it allows you to store your car in the back. Now you have a ride to take you to your destination, and you can just get into your car and drive around the town or city without any issues. Luxury. Number 2. The SLRV Ico Daily 4x4 3480A. Now I'm going to talk about something on the opposite end of that spectrum, the big long name of the thing I just said. It's another in a line of off-road mobile homes, with the twist that it's another all-in-one ride, allowing you to drive your home while literally being attached to it. Yes, it is a much smaller surface area than the luxury motorhome from before, but it also gets the job done. It has a nice bedroom area to relax in, a dining area, a shower, and a toilet, along with a nice kitchen in which you can cook your meals. Oh, and it's battery powered as well, ensuring that you can always know exactly how much your ride has going for it. Number 1. The CMC Athena. Now we'll end things on a rather luxurious note. I have a mobile home for you that is much like the others that you've seen, except the CMC Athena and other similar models are built on the concept of being a yacht on wheels. That alone should tell you the kind of luxury that you'll be dealing with in this one. These are two-story mobile homes that can function not only as an abode, but also business areas for you to get stuff done in. It features a real fireplace, a fully kitted out chef's kitchen, and a relaxing lounge that can house about 6 people and then be converted into a conference room. With fine leathers and stones, this kind of home is meant to ooze luxury and only be affordable by those who have the dough to pay for such a thing. In other words, not we the people who are talking about it and looking at it right now. We're just simple plebes. Well, that's all from the realm of mobile homes and the ones that are well far beyond what many people would think are the standard models for these kinds of houses. Do you have a favorite mobile home from the one that I showed you? And which one is it? Or perhaps you know of another mobile home that could have easily fit well onto this list. You should let me know all about it in the comments section down below. Be sure to check out all the other cool things that are popping up on the screen, and I will see you next time.